And just like my taxes, Dakota Johnson gave nothing back. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to another episode of Claire Haire Special Webverse Edition. So we're going to be reviewing Madam Web. Of course, we will be talking about discount venom, product placement, as well as just random stuff that shouldn't happen scientifically that was possible. I do feel like, and you can leave my video right now, I do feel like there was an agenda of girls get it done, pretty much where everybody is responsible for pushing the fact that we don't need men anymore and we can do it ourselves. So this is perfect timing. Of course, they have some of our favorite Nepo babies in there. We have Dakota Johnson, Emma Watson, and I just really feel like overall, let's do a summary first and then I can get you there. So the summary is that Madam Web, aka Dakota Johnson, is an EMT. She's working right now, and basically she starts seeing visions all of a sudden. You know, like she gets flashbacks, flash forwards of what different possibilities that can happen. She had basically a kind of a vision, I guess, of Las Aranjas helping her mom, basically the spiders. She says Los Oranges and Los Oranges, okay? I don't know what we're going for there, but Las Aranjas is basically the spiders, and they're basically, her mom went to the Amazon rainforest, you know, later on. It shows that her daughter was going to be born with uncurable disease, so she decides to take a flight to the Amazon rainforest because everybody knows that when it comes to flying, they approved her somehow. And then Las Aranjas made sure she had a good birth, and like once they were able to heal the baby, she passed, she went into the next world, right? And then so the visions lead to the three girls. Let's talk about the three girls right quick. So you know, whenever there's a build, like if you've watched enough movies, you know that there's always a particular build that they have. Like you always have to have like the nerdy girl, and then like the opposite of that, like the more tough masculine, then you have to have the balance. So they, of course, you know, they ticked all three. So we have the nerdy girl, she's supposed to be the peace person. Something Sweeney from Euphoria, Blondie, she's supposed to be the nerdy girl, so they put on glasses because that's going to make her less hot, apparently. And then we have the bad booty, basically the gangster one. That's basically the one that her dad got unfortunately deported, and now she has to stay by herself. She's supposed to be the Latina. And then we have the douchey bag one. That's the black girl where her parents make so much money that they disappear. And you know, this is Black History Month, and I don't like looking down on our people, but I do feel like the way she was written was just unfavorable on purpose. Like I was only, like, honestly, before I even get to the rest of this summary, the only person I'm voting for is the spider. Like I'm team Aranjas, let's go. Like I'm team spider because everybody's so unlikable in this movie. So basically the premise is that this guy, Discount Venom, basically he has a vision of these three girls following him and like then like finishing him off, and he's like, oh my god, I need to use face recognition software. This all taking place in 2003. This is when we just started getting color on our cell phones. That sounded so old. But I'm gonna say, like, this is 2003. Somehow he had facial recognition software. He walks around with no shoes on, like, because he's a gangster, which is just so unsanitary. Like, I know he's a bad guy, but like hygiene. But it was just very, like, the premise of the movie, describing it to y'all out, saying out loud, it sounds silly, it sounds ridiculous, because it is. Like his whole thing is to basically get to them before they pass, before they can take him away. But Madam Web is supposed to be basically like the eyes. You know, ironically, she's supposed to be the eyes, she's supposed to be blind later on. Spoiler alert. But so he's basically following them. Like every time he tries to get them, she's like, "I had a vision. I saw it before. Don't go," or blah blah. And in conclusion, child, that's pretty much the premise of the movie. I had heard of Madam Web from watching X-Men, like she was in there a couple of scenes, but like I think overall, like from her lore, they got it correct. However, there was a lot of loosely based agenda baiting that they put in there, so I can definitely see where they did that. But let's go into my overall view. My overall view is 1 out of 5. I feel like the reason why I give it a 1 out of 5 is because it wasn't fun. Like, I don't know about y'all, but these movies are getting darker and darker. Like, I literally, where's my flashlight? Whatever, but it is. I literally was going to bring I'm bringing a flashlight to the next Marvel movie, and no one can stop me. It's so dark in there. Like, it was dark. They were like, "Oh my God, that's a round house." So it's like, I don't see anything. No te veo. Like, I don't see. Like, I don't know what's happening. I'm looking around, and I don't see what you guys are seeing. Like, I can't see half of the movie. But the main part, the reason why I gave it a 1 out of 5 is it was boring. All right. Now let's go into the actors. Now, you guys had watched Dakota Give Us Nothing Johnson in previous movies like 50 Shades of Grey and all of the whole series, and I gave her a chance because I read 50 Shades of Grey, the book. I'm grown, don't be looking like that. I read the book, and like, she's supposed to be awkward. She's supposed to have like a really she's supposed to be awkward. She's supposed to have like a really, like, you know, like kind of corny level like personality, but it's time to show some emotion. Like, I think something happened. Like, one of the girls got kidnapped or whatever. Like, the girls got kidnapped or they got found. She's like, dang it. I was like, that's it? I've shown more emotion than when they say they don't have guac at Chipotle. I've shown more emotion. My nieces have shown more emotion when I sit there and say, Peppa Pig is not going to be here today. I've seen more emotion than them. Like, she's so expressionless, and it's okay if you have one of those personalities that you ever meet somebody, their personality is just neutral. Like, it's just there, available upon request type of personality, right? But like, she gave us nothing. And I'm kind of low-key here for it, because if my mom was, I want to say her mom is Melanie Griffith and her dad is also a known actor, like, I get it, you know, like, it's kind of like my parents worked hard so I wouldn't have to work hard, but child, like, I still feel like this movie is called Madam Web. It's not called Madam Web and her spiderettes. Like, you're supposed to be carrying the movie on your back. You're supposed to be making sure that we want to watch the next series. Like, if they sit there and say a sequel, I'm signing a petition. I don't sign petitions. Okay? I don't sign petitions. It's the timing and the pace. So at one point in the story, she's like, I gotta go. Sorry, I'm giving you too much emotion. I gotta go to the Amazon and see why my mom did these things. Let me go gone for a week. You left them unattended for a week. They have no powers. Their powers is fast metabolism. That's their powers. Okay? Like, that's the only powers they have is fast metabolism. That's from being a teenager. They have no powers. And she leaves them unprotected in the middle of where discount venom can get to them. Like, I'm so confused. Like, why would you do this? Like, they have no protection, and then you go to Amazon to figure out stuff you should already know. Like, when she found out her mom did it to protect her, to make sure she wasn't born with like, she was like, so she didn't hate me. Wow. What you mean? Like, even the crappiest of the moms is gonna make sure their baby okay. Like, what are you talking about? She didn't hate me. Why would she go to the Amazon? I was like, this is the type of girl that would literally sit there and get mad that her man got sick on her birthday. That's the type of woman she is. I can already see off rip. And then her, like, with her finding the skull, like, when he had pushed her and like her spirit had went so she could, like, they were on their doctor's trains. When they had pushed her, I was like, I kind of wanted him to push her in there. I wanted to see if she was gonna want to see if spiders can swim or not. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, she's so unlikable. Like, I've never seen it where I'm rooting for the spider. Like, I wanted the spider to come up, like, and just attack her. I don't know why, but like, just unlikable. And then, like, they throw some nonsense just to speed the. And then another part too was like with the ambulance. Let's talk about the ambulance real quick. So she's driving the ambulance, so she steals the ambulance, right? And then she steals the ambulance, and then she runs the ambulance. She sees that has one of her visions because her cousin-in-law, whatever, child, and basically she's about to have Emma Watson about to have her baby, and so she's like, I gotta cut off discount venom. So she drives the ambulance through the concrete. The concrete doesn't shatter. The concrete doesn't shatter. She doesn't get a head gasket. Like, her head doesn't split or anything. Like, she just walks through. Side note, have you ever tried to run through anything concrete? It don't work. Why do you think these houses are made out of concrete? There's a reason why they're made out of concrete. Like, it's not supposed to work, but like, there was just a lot of scenes, a lot of the graphics, a lot of CGIs. Like, I couldn't fathom the budget. I think the budget I want to say final answer. I know the budget was 6 figures. Like the way the movie was made, I don't even think it should have been 6 figures. It should have been like $10 and a GameCube, like something cheap. Like it should have just been like whatever money's left over from Marvel, just make it from there. But one of the main points of the movie that really pissed me off is that it added nothing. It added nothing. Like it added absolutely nothing to the Marvel universe. Like this is giving very much episode filler as a movie. Like the movie was 118 minutes and there's no after scene credits. Like it's literally like this is giving very much nepotism. This is giving my baby want to make a movie, so you better make her a movie. So they're like, let's dig to the bottom of the Marvel universe. Let's dig to the bottom of it. Okay, we found it. Like literally, gave us nothing, child. Gave us nothing. Like there was no level of emotion. And then towards the end, like when she was like, I guess she fell in the water or something. Either way, she ended up paralyzed and she has no eyes. And then she was like, bless you. Like it was just so corny. Like there's nothing about this that makes you want to see it as a series. There's nothing that makes you want to see it as anything. But the main thesis statement is that it did not add to the Marvel universe. Like when we watched what's one thing that added to the Marvel universe? Like the Doctor Strange. Like even with the Marvels added to the Marvel universe. Like the whole thing like with tying in Nick Fury, like is like it added something. This is literally like an episode that we're all gonna try to forget, but child, for some reason they have been approved for a sequel. Like this is why I said like what I was like, it's not what you can do, it's what your parents can do. Because I know for a fact there was like 20 if not 50 other actors who would have brought it, and the actresses from the trio involved, like they're all adorable, so cute. But I also feel like the way the script was written, because sometimes you got to sit there and understand that it's not the actors, it's the writer. It's literally the writer. And I feel like they could have kept the whole movie. The only one that I actually decently liked was Sweeney Girl. What are her? I can't think of her name. But either way, the only one I liked was her, because she played that role correctly. Because she usually plays like, very much like sex symbol, so for her to play nerdy geeky, like she made me believe she was a teenager, even though she's in her late 20s. Like she did her thing. Like she made me believe, I was like, okay, dang, she really is in her 20s. So, she's doing her thing. Like she acted enough to where she was like shy, hesitant. Like she did her thing. But the other two are unlikable. Like if they sat there and just said, oh, we're not gonna have them in the next movie, I wouldn't care. Like if they sat there and ghostbusted it, kind of like with the Ghostbuster that had the all-female led cast with Chris Hemsworth, and y'all pretended it didn't happen. Let's do that again. I love a two-peat. Like there was nothing in the movie that I could sit there and say that, oh my god, somebody put Madam Web on. Like it's not anything. And like one of the girls, I wanted to cosplay as her, and I was like, I don't want to cosplay as a lame character. Like there's nothing about the movie that screamed, let's do this again. There's something about the movie that screamed, let's add money to it. Like I really feel like it sucks because there's so many different lores there's so many different African lores that I know for a fact Marvel could tap into, and we would come out in droves and watch it. We would come out in droves. I don't know. I don't know if droves is the right word, but we would come out in swarms and watch it and actually put money in y'all pocket. I just really, like, there was no other outstanding parts. I mean, the product placement, they randomly had like Pepsi. And I'm just like, Pepsi, not Coke, but they randomly had Pepsi, like, and that, like, she was just holding it. It was just like, yeah, I'm just so disappointed right now. Like, I'm just so irritated. Like, where are the girls at? I can't see them. You see how tacky that product placement? It wasn't natural. The costumes, like, that was also a fake out as well. Was that he kept discount Venom kept having like visions of like them attacking them, but like we never even saw them in the costume. It was all a vision. Like it's giving Breaking Down Part 1 and 2 when we found out it was just all of a vision in Alice's head. Like I was just like, what? I'm like, what was the point of all this? Like literally, like I've never seen 119. Like at one point I thought they were gonna kick me out because I was giggling. Like I was laughing. Like I needed that laugh because it's been stressful. You know, I'm encountering it in this tax season. Like it's been stressful, and I could tell you I needed that laugh. I know it's not a comedy, but like towards the end, it's just like before she about to sneeze, Bless you. Like, I was like, please. Like, literally, there's no way 20 screenwriters touched this script and said this is where it's at. But overall, my final lesson is that adversity breeds talent. And there was no talent in this movie. Don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire here.